I like this framing. I feel like I'm really not in the middle of it at all. Can you see all the bees and stuff? Cool. Oh, my friends, I'm so happy to have returned to you. I missed you terribly. Sorry I was away so long. I'm coming to you today from my garden, where I spend a lot of my free time, because I can't afford therapy, so I garden. Today I have 5 fragrance recommendations for you. I'll try not to just give them all full reviews because, you know, that video would last forever. But I'll try and not just talk the whole video away either, as is my custom. For me, it is June of 2019, the end of June. And sometimes I have trouble finding fragrances that I really like for summertime, because some of them can be so aggressive. It's like a very bright slap in the face. One that comes to mind is John Varvatos Artisan Pure. It's sort of extreme and bright in a kind of terrifying way. Did you guys see me get orbited by this bee like a million times? That motherfucker's a bird. He's huge. Yeah, so Artisan Pure I wouldn't recommend. Let me give it a quick review. I said I wasn't reviewing fragrances. I'm a fucking liar. Jean Varvatos Artisan Pure, I think that is like a 6 or lower. I'll give it an official review sometimes, but sometime I'll do that. But I think that's a 6 or lower, because it really, if you put on a full spray of that stuff, you could really be bothering people around you. In my personal opinion, that's what this is, these videos, by the way. They're my personal opinion. I'm definitely wrong, because I know that my tastes will change in the future and all this is subjective. So in some ways you could say all of these reviews are incorrect and all of them are 100% the gospel. But instead of cursing the darkness, let me praise the light. Allure homme sport au extrême. It's so beautiful. Oh, I've tried Allure Homme Sport before, but this version is, I think it's better. I think it's better. So I've even reviewed the other version. I'll give this a quick review. I'm going back on my word, talking about not reviewing some shit. I'll give this a quick one, man. Aromatic, woodsy, fresh, kind of spicy, and kind of like a little citrusy thing, but the fucking standout player for me in this fragrance is tonka bean. I fucking love tonka bean. Tonka bean, that shit pushes my beauty button, man. It's so good. Oh, it's even got like kind of a green thing happening, especially right when it goes on. Oh, it's so good. In the top notes, you've got like a mandarin orange and sage kind of situation. I'm in front of some sage now. And I can definitely smell the sage in here. But it is not at all dominated, because that fucking, it sings with this tonka bean thing. Tonka bean, you get me every time. Yo, that shit's a 9 out of 10 for me. There's a quick review. Allure Homme Sport. This is the highlight of my summer so far, man. I picked this up down at the mall in Boulder, and I rarely can afford to buy bottles of fragrance. Usually I would just work from samples and kind of an exploratory kind of mode. But I saved up some extra scratch and I rolled down there and picked this shit up. And I'm so glad I did. I think you should as well. Oh, I like this shit. I don't know if you're like me, but if you are thinking like me at this point, you're thinking, there are only 5 fragrances on this list, but that first one seemed to have taken what you call for fucking ever. Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more brief with my next ones. Boom, here's another one. John Varvatos Artisan Aqua. I love this shit too. This I've reviewed on this channel, so I'll try and give it the most micro thing possible. It smells like a very sexy well. That's what I think. It's really good, man. Check out my review on this channel to see more about that fragrance. Haha, quick. That one went quick, right? That was encouraging. I can do it. Here's another one. I believe this is number 3 on the list, but these are not ranked. You know what I'm saying? Versace, a blue jeans. Now, I think like you might think that this fragrance is really out of place on this list. It's definitely outclassed by the previous 2. The other 2 fragrances are like, I don't know, $75, $100 fragrances and shit like that. This thing I picked up for like 15, 20 bucks. This is a surprisingly good fragrance. It's so cheap. It's like an impulse purchase. If you've never tried wearing a fragrance before, this is not a bad choice for summer, in my opinion. It's not too sweet. It's got a floral thing happening, but it's not like Dior Sauvage, cotton candy kind of vibe almost with that fucking black pepper. This is a lot more, it's called blue jeans, right? And it does sort of make me think of denim. What fucked up magic is this? It's good though. Yeah. Oh, it's so peaceful out here today. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, this is a nice fragrance, and you know, you're not gonna overdo it. You know, if your kid was interested in getting into fragrances, you got like a, I don't know, like 15, 16-year-old boy looking to wear a fragrance, boom, right there. That's good shit. The wind's picking up a little bit. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. I'm gonna try and zip through a couple more of these. Dylan Blue by Versace. I don't have a bottle of it. That's a really high quality fragrance and great choice for summertime. I've got to hurry up and do this video because the storm's blowing in and everybody wants that back here except me, so I need to hurry. Dylan Blue is such a high quality fragrance. It's by Versace, and I gotta tell you, friends, it is sweet, but it's a blue fragrance, right? So it's not super bright. It's a real medium body kind of fragrance. I think of it that way anyway. Maybe I'll give it a more full review another time. One more for you. I got one more for you. And this is actually a unisex fragrance. So anybody is totally allowed to wear it by the fucking fragrance police or whoever. You know, anybody can wear any of these fragrances. That shit's just marketing. But it's called Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Aqua. And it's like a bright, almost minty vibe. It's still an aquatic, and it wears off quick. Here's the great feature of this shit. A lot of Tom Ford fragrances are so strong that, like, you put a little bit on, like Tuscan leather. You put a little bit of that, you dab that shit on either side of your neck, you're gonna blow out a whole room sometimes. That's my opinion, but he makes very strong formulas. This particular one wears off relatively quickly. Within, I would say, 4 hours, you're probably on the other side. But it's a nice 4 hours. It's a good morning fragrance. If you're one of these people who wears several fragrances each day, Your morning fragrance could be this, and it'd be gone by lunch. And you get to choose something else. I love that feature. I love wearing multiple fragrances a day. Tom Ford, Costa, Azzurra, Aqua. Folks, if you have any suggestions for me, other than get off your ass and make more videos more often, which I've heard and I respect, and I'm going to try and fulfill that wish, hit me up, or hit me up in the comments, man. I do read the comments. I'm putting out some new paintings and new music soon, so I've been busy, and I'm writing a new book. But I want to say again, I respect that you guys are here watching these, and thank you very much for watching. Maybe sometime I'll put out a video, tour of the garden. Would you like a tour of the garden? Fuck it, let's have a tour of the garden. Let me back up and kind of show you what I'm doing out here. These petunias are just getting going. Aren't they beautiful? And I've even got some holy basil there and there. I love those. That's one of my favorite fragrances. Look at this. Can you see that? How's that? How beautiful is that, baby? Oh my God, how beautiful is that? I love flowers. Check my Instagram for updates on this garden. At Ando the Artist on Instagram. We got so many kinds of roses as well. Here's one that's sort of blown out now. It went speckled. I'm not sure how it's doing that. Except that I totally dyed this bush last year. I injected it with dye. See my Instagram for results on that fucking experiment. Let's see what else I got here. Got some coneflowers popping out. We'll have to get to those another time. But this is most of the garden. This is all my sage here. Yeah. Some lilies coming up in there. These photographs so strange. Look at that. Boom. Oh, how gorgeous is that? It's like a lot of the bees have sort of fucked on. And here's some rose varieties. I love rose as a fragrance and as a decoration, and as sort of like a meditative tool. I love thinking about roses. I love thinking about flowers in general, but sometimes roses just really do it for me. I know you tuned in for a fragrance video, but look at that shit. Don't you love flowers, friends? This is a lot of how I've been spending my time. Maybe I should be like reviewing fragrances while I garden and just split my time. I look at this bindweed still kicking my ass back here. God damn it. Yeah, look at all this. Get this shit out of here. Here we go. Here we go. Some more roses. How beautiful are they? My God. And there's a strange sunflower growing up in here. I have to yank him before too long. Making too much trouble. Look at that. I'm probably doing more time on my little garden than I actually did on the review at this point. Anyway, there they are. And there's actually a hawk family that lives in this tree here. Sometimes they swoop through and decimate the local critters. You know, it's nature. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit me up on Instagram at Ando the Artist. And if you like, if you want to know why it's taken me so long to put out videos, it's because I've been putting out songs. And look me up on Spotify if you want. That's what I actually do. I write music, and I have a new single out called Nothing But the Rain. Most of the stuff I've been putting out lately is singles. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and pass this video along if you like it. Thank you very much.